Hi all, welcome to Dragon's Cave and welcome to another Froggy Friday. So, bit of a departure from my usual. I'm going with this weird skeletal frog mold. Haven't done this one before. I'm sure I've seen other people do it, but neither here nor there. Now, Froggy Friday, in case you don't know, is a weekly collaboration organised by myself and Lisa Girl in the Garage, with help from Loula, Nerd Goblin Art, Gert Creates, and Tim the Bass Resonator. Check out the playlist. Um, the original playlist got far too big. It was like 200 and something videos on it, so we've decided to make it a monthly playlist. This will probably be on the May one, so the April one and the previous huge one will be linked down below as well. So I'm going to do this one in these Tiny Turner ethereal pigment powders. I'm not entirely sure where I'm going to put what colour, but let's get on with it. This is the Starlight, which is a gold. Hopefully you can see that on camera. I'm going to start with this in the toes. One of the reasons I'm doing this is because I'm almost completely out of resin. I was let down on my delivery this week. So I wanted to go with something that wouldn't take too much resin, in the hopes that I wouldn't completely run out before I managed to get it done. Had any excuse to use these powders, to be honest, because they are glorious. I love them. Now I got these from Wendy at Toonpish Crafts. If you've never seen Wendy's channel, where have you been? I will link her website down in the description in case you're interested in buying these powders. I've used them before a couple of times in other things, but I've not really used them the way they should be used. And you get the absolute best results with these if you put black behind them, because the colours just really pop and they look amazing. Right, I think we have everything covered that I want covered with that one. Then I'm going to go for the rest of the legs here. I am going to use Aurora. Again, it's very similar in terms of usage, except this one's got a green shift to it. Oh, according to the lid, it's got a green shift. And I'm sure it really has when you get it under the light. So, get this done. It looks very pinky on the mould. I hope I haven't put the wrong lid back on this one from when I used it last time. Nothing would surprise me. think we are there with this colour. Right up the middle there. And then for the final one, yeah, from where I'm sitting, this is really purple. So I have a nasty suspicion that I have screwed up and got the wrong lid on this one. Too late to do anything about that now. This final one is Eclipse, which is a blue shift. I'm going to do the rest, the ribs and the head with this one. Don't need to be quite so careful with this because I've already covered the other bits with the other colour. And I don't mind if there's like a little bit of overlap and blending going on. I think that would actually look quite nice, but we'll see how it turns out. Into the ribs here, all the way down the spine, through the ribs down here. And I think that we are there. I'm going to get the excess off, make sure that everything is covered where it should be, and I will be back when I've got the resin mixed up and we're ready to move on. See you in a sec. Hey guys. Right, so I've got 25 grams of resin pro eye crystal mixed up here. It was very bubbly, but a couple of weeks ago I won a giveaway on Mary at Jellybean Crafts channel, and I won resin as airless, and it's absolutely brilliant. I love it. Never used a debubbler before. That is gorgeous. I'm going to use this extra black pigment paste, colour it. Now, unfortunately, I haven't had this sitting on the heat mat, so I'm expecting it to be a bit thick and not great. I only need a very tiny amount for this. It is a very good pigment paste if you use it properly. So, with that little blob. Oh god, I need 2 hands to squeeze, and right, so that is ample for 25 grams. I've had an issue or two recently where I haven't mixed it in properly. It's nothing to do with the paste, it's entirely my problem and my fault. You see how opaque that is with just that tiny little drop. But I do need to make sure that every last bit is properly mixed in, because otherwise if you have blobs of pigment paste in your resin, they won't cure and you'll be left with a bit of a sticky mess in where the blobs are. I think I'll scrape that off on the side just to be absolutely sure. Okay, that's opaque enough. It appears to be well mixed. Don't know how much this is going to take. I don't even know if 25 grams is going to be enough, to be honest, but we'll find out soon enough. It's a very shallow mould, so I'm hoping it'll do the trick. I may need to go and mix up a little more. I'm going to kind of let that find its own way out. Now, looking through the camera lens, this does actually look green, but if I'm looking from where I'm standing, it actually looks purple. So we shall see what we shall see. Maybe I didn't put the wrong lid on after all. It's going to be slow going because I don't want to make too much of a mess and have a massive amount of overspill. Obviously, I do need to make sure that the mould is flat as well. The table it's on is level, but sometimes these moulds from Temu are not so good. I think I'm going to have to be doing it this way. Drip it into the edges of the toes and let it run down and meet the rest of the resin. Only a tiny bit more. Probably only going to be about 2 or 3 grams left over. And I think there's a tiny bit of space left in the mould, so I might have actually even judged it pretty much right. And let that find its way out so that it all fills up completely. I'm not going to move it onto the heat mat, obviously, because it's too thin, and as I pick it up, it's just going to tip. So I'm going to leave it there to cure, and I will see you in a second for you, probably 5 or 6 hours for me, but I'll see you for the demold. Bye. Hi all, it's demold time. I left this pretty much 24 hours really because it's so thin. I mean, it's still bendy now, but not as bad as it would have been if I'd tried to demold it yesterday. We don't want to damage this. The mold's clean, so hopefully that means the powder's taken well. And here we go. Oh my goodness, isn't that fabulous? Look at those colours. They're amazing. Now I'm going to leave this. It definitely is green though, isn't it? Even though it looks pink, although from some angles it is kind of purple. I don't know how well. Funny, shift the light on there so you can see the colour change. I've just got a little tiny little bit of overspill in there. I'm quite pleased with myself how well that is, how tidy that is in this without overspill messes. So I'm going to leave that laying flat until it's completely solid, which might take a day or two because it is very, very thin. And then I'm going to pop one of these hooks on the back so it can hang on the wall. And when that is all done, I will get you some photos. Hope you enjoyed this Froggy Friday. Don't forget, check out the playlist. There are some brilliant artists in there. It's not all resin. And I will see you all again very, very soon for the next one. Bye.